16 of the world's best commenced the battle to be crowned Masters champion. In our 20th season, who will lift the trophy for 2012? We're just one game away from finding our new champion. Two Polish players in contention. Will it be Mateusz Śniegocki or Karol Skowerski who will take the title in front of the home fans? After 14 matches and untold drama where champions have fallen, stars have been born, the world has been well and truly beaten by the cream of Polish pool. Proving there really is no place like home, it's Mateusz Śniegocki against Karol Skowerski in the final of the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters. And there's already one thing guaranteed, the biggest prize for Poland in the history of international pool.
Karol is a very good player, but we know each other, we both know who can play what, and I hope I'm gonna win. It will be something great to win World Pool Masters, especially when it's in Poland. It will be honor for me to win.
A few days ago, if someone told you you will be playing in the final with Mateusz or Wojtek or Radoslav, I just show knock knock and that's all, and that is amazing. So the most important thing is that Poland is the winner.
Hello and a very warm welcome to Kielce here in Poland. Matchroom Sport proudly present ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters Final, and a very warm welcome to the viewers joining us around the world. Well, it's a race to 8, the winner breaks, a 35-second shot clock, our referee in charge of the action, Mr. Nigel Rees. And now it's time to meet our finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome firstly, from Poland, Mateusz Śniegocki. And also, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome from Poland, Karol Skowerski.
A deserving reception from the Polish fans for our two finalists. It's set to be a proud day for pool in the country, no matter what the outcome. Karol Skowerski, who hails from right here in Kielce, may have the bulk of the support in the arena of the Hala Legionov, and he got himself straight into the match, taking the opening racks, much to the home crowd's delight. Śniegocki left sitting in his chair as Skowerski powers to a 3-0 advantage.
Nerves in the final. As yet, they've not shown for Karol Skowerski. 1, 2, and now 3.
Rack 4, Skowerski to break. Leading 3 racks to 0.
Well, not for the first time in the tournament. Śniegocki has to come from behind. A very tough match to predict. Only one thing is certain. The winner will be Pool in Poland. 13 years ago, Alex Lely got his name on this trophy. Seeing this final again, Alex, must bring back really good memories.
A lot of emotion, actually, yes. Very difficult to predict, as you said, Phil. I think overall the level of Skowerski's play has been a little better, a little higher. But then again, Śniegocki has produced some phenomenal pots when the pressure was on. I like to come over to the right side of the 5. You can then follow, come around the 8-9 and come towards the 6 ball. Now he has to work or produce a little more quality to get the right angle on the 6. He's coming across the line of aim for the 6, so to say. But this is good. Can play it soft like this. So if he touches the 7, he will not knock it far away. Played that nicely, used right English to steer the 7 ball in the right direction. The only thing that it made the cue ball come off to the right.
Śniegocki staring at his worst deficit of the tournament. He was 5-4 down against Raul Suke before winning 8-6. 5-2 down at his worst against Alex Pagulayan. Again, 5-4 adrift against Akolo in the semi-finals before winning 8-6, but he's never been 4 racks in arrears. Good cueing needed on the black 8 ball. Little jabby. Could that be the turning point? What a relief for Śniegocki. And now, what an absolute crushing setback. He missed the 8, but it was a second bite of the cherry. 4-0 up, Śniegocki leaving the arena for a moment, looking shell-shocked.
Welcome back. Kielce in Poland is the home of the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters, and it's proving an inspiring choice of location for our 2 finalists, who both hail from the host country. The Hala Legionov is usually home to the town's successful handball team, But this weekend it's staging one of the world's most prestigious pool tournaments, and the home crowd are out in force to support both players. Karol Skowerski, who is from right here in Kielce, is enjoying hometown advantage. He's gone 5-0 ahead.
Rack 6, Skowerski to break, leading 5 racks to 0.
Karol Skowerski steamrollering his compatriot Śniegocki. But will it continue? Remember, only 3 more racks needed for the title.
Lovely little kisses there off of the 7. The only reason for him to not pocket the 1 and get shape on a 2, thereafter a run out, is loss of concentration. Because the timing is there, every shot he's been hitting beautifully. He can punch this in the side pocket and go around the 3 ball. Played a much better shot. Little angle on that 2 ball though. He will not try to come back all the way. The 3 ball being so close to the pocket. Just like Suke would play it, very patient and dividing the weight and energy over multiple shots and gradually bettering his position.
You can only compare like with like. Now, when we look back at the history of the World Pool Masters, therefore we have to look back at the finals that have been played over the best of 15 racks, a race to 8. The widest victory margin ever recorded a couple of years ago, Dennis Akolo, 8-3 over Toru Kurobayashi from Japan. The way things are going, we might have a new record set by Skowerski. Monopolising table time. And of course, all of this
Extension called.
means that Śniegocki is sitting in his chair there, dwelling on the 9 ball, the over cut, to win rack 4.
Can let the cue ball float or draw into the top rail. Right hand side, needed to make the angle thereafter. Under hit this shot though. This is just energy. It's a concentration sport, and to keep that 100% focus is always the challenge. Even when you're up 5-0. Especially then, actually. Never hit the rail there. World class he's producing.
Rack 4 though, missed an 8 ball from distance. Will he be equal to this task? Just about. Six of the best from Karol Skowerski. He's caning Śniegocki.
Mateusz Śniegocki digs deep and begins his fight back, taking down racks 7 and 8 to pull himself back into the match.
Considering he was 6-0 down, for Mateusz Śniegocki, that is a minor triumph.
Rack 9, Śniegocki to break. Trailing 2 racks to 6.
It's almost traditional for commentators at this stage to say that Śniegocki is trying to restore some respectability to the scoreline. Let me tell you, in this case, that's not what he's trying to do. Full-scale recovery, at most, in his thoughts.
What's going to be close? If he sees it, he'll take it on, and he really wants to shoot. It'll be a push out. Wants to play an aggressive push out. Knows he has to make chances. Was looking at pushing out and putting the cue ball behind the 8 for a jump shot. It's very difficult to place the cue ball there. A simple roll shot, very difficult to under or over hit it. Interesting, he's daring Skowerski, who earlier in the match made a harder shot. Amazing how smooth he hit it. Really cueing straight. You need to have a good setup, a good technique. But you have to be in the zone also to play the shots like that. Never hit the jaw, the 3 ball. Beautiful.
I mentioned before during the tournament, Alex, that outside of this arena there's an array of photographs of Olympic heroes from right here in Kielce. Started out with a bronze medalist in boxing in Melbourne, Australia, way back in 1956. Heroes from archery, handball, a wide variety of pursuits. Who will be the hero of this one? Skowerski, you would think, but that positional shot left an awful lot to be desired.
Extension called.
He's been taking on every shot. Even a very audacious one on the 1 earlier. At some point, he'll be more conservative, one would think. It was a great shot. So much angle. Okay, using the full pocket. But he's here to win it. Safety at this moment not in his vocabulary.
Horrible shots to judge when cue ball and object ball are so close together. You've got to commit and believe.
Now something will happen when Śniegocki sinks this 9. Skowerski will start to think a little bit. Śniegocki having recovered 3 racks without any break and runs.
Yes, I thought that Skowerski was unlucky. Good 7-ball, no position on the 8. But what a lifeline again for Śniegocki. It was 6-0, remember? Now, 6-3.
Mateusz Śniegocki looking a little looser as he cuts the 2-ball in rack 10 and clears the table to leave him just 2 behind.
It's a fantastic 4 from Śniegocki.
Rack 11, Śniegocki to break, trailing 4 racks to 6.
Śniegocki bolstered by the fact that in rack number 10, he broke and ran for the first time in the final. He would love a repeat here. And Alex, why not?
Why not? He nearly scratched. But the first 3 racks of his comeback, he had to work for chances, have a safety battle first. And as we've seen before, if time passes, the more breaks they have, a moment will come when they string racks, or at least get the chance to. Skowerski had his run. Śniegocki deserved his run. So now it's all up to him to make it last.
Tension cold.
Just taking an extra allotment of 35 seconds.
Perfect. Stayed away from the rail. Little draw shot. The work is done. Just needs to connect the dots. Make no silly mistakes. Not to take his eye off the ball.
In his semi-final against Nick Vandenberg, Skowerski had to stave off a spirited late challenge. That's exactly what he's got to do here. On a roll, Śniegocki. At 6-0 down, the game was almost up. At 6-5, the game is very much on.
Welcome back to the final of the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters, coming to you from Kielce, Poland. Let's head back to the action.
New rack 12, Śniegocki to break, trailing 5 racks to 6.
Around half an hour ago, who would have thought we would have arrived at this juncture with Śniegocki breaking off to possibly draw level.
No ball down, but no harm. Well, actually, harm done, yes, because there's a shot on for Skowerski.
And I think it's one of those situations, Alex, where the 8-ball might be a potting guide. It clips, of that there's no doubt. Well, that's a rarity in the latter stages of this tournament. A dry break. Haven't seen many of them in quarters, semi-final, or indeed in the final. One of those instances where I think the position of the black actually helped the sighting.
Definitely delivered it very smoothly. The next challenge for Skowerski is the 3-ball, because the 7 is blocking partly the zone that would be ideal for the cue ball. So he left the cue ball long, choosing angle over distance, preferring the right angle over being close to the ball. Where to put the cue ball?
Extension called.
He knows this is the shot to line him up, to get him to the hill, to stop the rot. Śniegocki's comeback. Well, good for him, the pocket was generous. Came close to missing it.
Yes, it caught a very meaty chunk of the left-hand jaw. Valiant as they were, the Poles were second best in the World Cup of Pool to Finland. Skowerski desperate not to be second best on home turf.
Nice cueing coming into the 9-ball. How good is this for 7 to get him to the hill?
That's where he stands. Śniegocki's 5-rack run is over. Skowerski 2 ahead, 3 to play, on the brink of becoming the clubwpt.com World Pool Master. Everyone in this auditorium wondering, is this going to be
Rack 13.
the closing rack
Break, leading 7 racks to 5.
of what's been a vintage tournament? Skowerski 7-5 ahead. The target is 8.
He's being denied. Doesn't see the 2-ball. And the 3-ball is blocked by the 5, so there's plenty of pool playing to be done in this rack. Śniegocki posse can keep their hope alive.
Push out cold.
Occasionally when you're on the the brink of winning a major pool title. What they call a roadmap appears. The balls fan out delightfully, and they're all there for you to clear up. More often than not, though, you have to fight for it. Śniegocki having nothing to do with the push out.
Takes guts, I think, to give it back. But proves to have been the smart move. In regard to what you said about being presented a roadmap when on the hill, my final against Ralph Souquet in the European 9-ball Championships 2005, it's 8-8. I saved him, he jumps, and I had the 1 in front of the pocket and a 2-9 combination ready to make.
Extension called.
Unbelievable. He can attack here. Pocket to the right hand corner, let it run, and open the 3-5. It's okay. One good safety. Snooker is there. It's an easy hit though for Skowerski. Did not get that ball close enough to the 6. Speed is most important in kick shots. Very difficult to precisely hit the object ball. Player needs to consider what can happen, what speed, and this is good. It's containing. This speed he was pretty guaranteed to make a full ball contact. So the initiative still with Śniegocki, but Skowerski just buying some time. Daring Mateusz to put him in a tighter spot than before. Skowerski succeeded because at least he can now see the 3-ball. And he can hit the right side of the 3-ball, lagging the cue ball towards the low left-hand corner pocket. Banking the 3-ball back up and using the 9-4-5. Could be the shot, but he has proven me wrong on numerous occasions this week.
Well, applause from the right-hand side of the auditorium, but I don't think Skowerski is convinced. Is the 4 blocking the 3?
Unbelievable, Phil. How Skowerski has let the door open for Śniegocki. He was up 6-0, taking on every shot. And now most definitely he'll be feeling a lot of pressure. It's very difficult to stay positive when your opponent is coming back at you and you are partly responsible.
Losing in a final hurts. Of course it does. But losing from 6-0 up, that pain is excruciating. And it lasts for quite some time. In the case of many players in Q Sports, it's defined their whole careers.
Confident play. And why not? When Earl Strickland and Efren Reyes played the Hong Kong Challenge for $100,000, a race to 120. At some point Earl Strickland was up 107 to 90 for Efren to come back and win 120 to 117. Some people say it was there and then that something went wrong, a short circuit in Earl Strickland's head. He lost his mojo.
We are inching ever closer to what would be the totally fitting conclusion to what's been a remarkable tournament. Hill, not there yet, but this would help. Śniegocki just won't go away. As Alex said, 6-0 down at his worst. Now, though, the deficit is just a single rack. Skowerski, 7-6. A deciding rack in the Whirlpool Masters final.
Clear vision of the 2-ball straight in on a 2-7 combination, but only the 9-ball posing a big problem for Śniegocki. Very interested if he feels forced to take this on.
Well, his wife has watched every ball. Watched them, for the most part, impassively. What must be going on inside?
If he takes this on, Phil, which I don't like as a shot, he has a chance to get stuck on the wrong side of the 8-ball, because he has to hit straight on the 2-ball. Would be playing it with follow. Yeah, good choice. Good choice. It takes guts to not go for the shot, to show patience. This wise thing to do. Almost ran into the 4. This is dangerous. Can Skowerski dig in that cue ball deep enough to bank the 2-ball away and kill that cue ball behind the 7-8?
Doesn't fancy it, so putting Śniegocki back in. We've arrived at the point where every shot now could be so costly.
Almost got there. Was always going to be a very difficult shot. Over distance to time the backward spin. Could prove him very costly though. But he was up 6-0, Skowerski. Now 7-6. Needing just 1 point. I wonder how the muscles in those back arm are functioning right now.
Chose to take the extension, buying himself a modicum of time. Oh, what a pot into a very acute angled pocket. And shape on the 3 to boot.
Well, he's lining up for the 3-9 combination. This could be it.
Yeah! It is! Karol Skowerski. A combination to finish. A combination of heart and skill. The hometown boy has achieved a remarkable feat. He's exceeded all expectations. He's beaten his compatriot in an all-Polish final. Commiserations to Mateusz Śniegocki. Hearty congratulations to Karol Skowerski. He is officially the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters champion and $20,000 richer.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A magnificent tournament and a thrilling final. And now for the presentation. Would you please welcome the Honorary President of the Polish Billiards Federation, Mateusz Śniegocki. So, ladies and gentlemen, the runner-up receiving $10,000, Mateusz Śniegocki. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner, receiving $20,000, the magnificent trophy, but most important of all, the title of ClubWPT.com World Pool Master 2012, Karol Skowerski.
17 years ago, when I started to play with pool table, I dream about to compete in this tournament. We have watched World Pool Masters in TV, so now we can compete in this tournament, and I won this tournament, and that is something fantastic.
A fantastic conclusion to the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters.